In the year 1105 AD, an expedition of Christians visited a city called Toledo in Spain. There, they were greeted with these libraries and universities they had never seen before. The universities were filled with manuscripts of Arabic mathematics, geometry, architecture, and philosophy, originally maintained by the Egyptian dynasties, passed on to Greek and Roman empires. These texts were made available to the Central and Northern European Christians. Prior to this encounter, this knowledge was lost to them, as that they were in a particular region of Europe known as the Bubble of Europe, where little information came in or went out. The Renaissance was a celebration of their own culture. So being that these Europeans felt that they were at the height of their times, they had very little interest in other countries and kept their interest mostly Eurocentric, whereas Spanish, Italian, and southern France interacted and traded with other cultures readily. These Central and Northern European Christians were dazzled by what they had found and began flocking to these libraries immediately. They began translating them into Latin as if it were new and cutting-edge information. However, this information had been around for thousands of years in ancient African and Middle Eastern civilizations. Knowledge of transoceanic navigation with information of reserves and food storage for several years was taught to them, so that many months and seasons could be sustained at sea with the right provision, as well as mapping seasonal wind routes and currents. Trading between Western African civilizations and Australian, South American, and Central America was even noted by European explorers and American natives. The Western Africans would travel east to reach the western coastal regions of the Americas, which would take them on a fast current specific time of year. Christopher Columbus noted himself that the natives had mentioned that they had encountered black-skinned navigators and traded gold spears for their tobacco, as well as many African statues throughout the Central America, Mexico, south parts of North America. Many African sculptures were unearthed. It is clear to many scholars now that African and Middle Eastern civilizations were written out of history to maintain that Europeans found the New World and were solely responsible for Western culture, philosophy, and education. It is practiced now by historians that an abundance of contributions came from Northern, Western, African, Arabic, and Asian civilizations, as well as European contributions. We are all proud to say that the Western civilization was influenced by a variety of cultures and would not be what it was today if it were not.